so accustomed to seeing Göklerdedir, your sister, we are back with DFA Royal Guard versus IG1, and we will be starting in 10 seconds. It will again be on Plateau. It's the second last match we'll be featuring on Plateau, and the match will be going underway in a couple of seconds. I'll be covering the side of IG1 for the first match, and the DFA Royal Guard team for the second match. And then again IG1 for the third match if there is one. As we can see, there is 4 times P51A in LA5 and an ME410 incoming from the Turkish IG1 team, and we have the triple 109F, double P51A and an IL2T incoming from Royal Guard, so potential grand attack strategy from Royal Guard following that of Göklerdedir, your sister perhaps, with a different lineup though. Flying Kenzie and the P51A without rockets, the ME410 with rockets, LA5 without rockets, P51A with rockets, P51A with rockets, P51A without rockets. Alright, so some planes with, some planes without rockets on the Turkish side of the story, as we are on our way with the first match between IG1 and DFA Royal Guard. And as of now, still no spots going out between these teams. IG1 has only one previous tourney entry that I could find out, and they managed to get into the 6th round of the Take 5 tournament, so that's a very nice result for first participation, and they are even further now in this tournament, so it's a very talented team apparently with good teamwork, else you don't get such results. DFA Royal Guard also participated in the Take 5 tournament as their only entry in that team lineup at least, and managed to get into the 7th round, so 1 round further than IG1. As the first ground targets are being attacked by Denken in the IL2T on the side of Royal Guard in sector E1, and IG1 is very close by. So yes, we will have our first engagement going on a lot sooner than in the previous matches, as we see Kane moving in on Istikbal, Oğlum, and likewise Kane taking a bit of damage from Istikbal, who is now under the fire of Lady Kurai and Aircry, and Spencer as well. And Spencer keeping on his tail together with Kane. He is receiving some hits now, not too many shots though. Ahmed now going into Aircry with Flying Kenzie. Flying Kenzie engaging a bit late here, and Aircry now in the 109F, which is more maneuverable than a P58, is seeking to go into a turn fight, whilst he now teams up with Spencer to take out Neava, the ME410, and have succeeded in that. Foe is in the meantime trying to get rid of Denken in the IL2T and doing a good job at it, taking him out, and Zanchek is busy fighting Aircry here, who's only at 25%, but will try to get a few hits in on the Istikbal Oğlum before he gets taken out by Zanchek. And Ahmed 009 here flying very low. Istikbal also diving with Lady Kurai on his tail and Spencer on his tail as well. Spencer in return has 3 members of IG1 on his tail again, including Ahmed 009, who we are following at this moment. Getting some hits into Spencer, some nice damage going out here from Ahmed 009, and nobody is helping Spencer out from Royal Guard at this very moment. Even Saiti, who is not busy with anyone at the moment, leaves him to his fate in the turn fight against Ahmed. And Flying Kenzie now also joining in, shooting on Spencer. And now Spencer gets help from Lady Kurai, who gets some shots in into Ahmed, who still keeps on trying to kill Spencer. Also now switch to Zanchek, who's also trying to get some hits in on Spencer, but Spencer so far doing a magnificent job on staying alive. Still has 29% HP remaining, and whilst they are staying alive, the supremacy. Wow! Wow! Very nice crash coming in here from IG1, therefore giving themselves a death penalty, and this is exactly the same that happened between my own team and Odom Mortis back in the first official tournament in the open beta in November 2012, where the exact same happened in the final match, in the final of that tournament, granting us the victory, and this time happening for Royal Guard against IG1, and now winning on superiority, DFA Royal Guard taking home the first game in this matchup with a lot of help from IG1, with a crash coming in there by one member climbing and one member diving on an enemy. That is very, very unlucky for IG1. And very, very lucky for us viewers, because that's definitely something you want to see. As I will now contact the captains to see if there is a change of plans or perhaps a 2-minute break required. Please stay tuned. Alright, welcome back ladies and gentlemen. We will be starting in 10 seconds with the next game between IG1 and DFA Royal Guard that just had a spectacular ending by IG1 taking out a third of their own team with a very sweet looking collision there, putting Royal Guard in the driving seat with a 1-0 victory. No change of planes coming in from either of the teams, and we'll be covering the Royal Guard side of the story for this match. And as I will plummet myself into the ground. Alright, and we see Kane in the 109F. And to answer a Manacast's question in the stream chat, do some planes perform better at different altitude? And that is definitely the case. You have this 109F, the German light fighter 109 Friedrich, is a high altitude fighter, which means its optimum altitude range is about 1600 to 22 to 3000 meters, I believe. I don't know the exact numbers out of my head, but by heart, I mean, sorry. And the P-51A is the American light fighter, also a high altitude fighter, which means its best performance is at 2 to 2.2 kilometers altitude, and also above that altitude it still has good performance, but it performs best at altitudes above 1800 meters. And there is different planes. Me-410 also high altitude, but you see the LA-5 on the enemy team. That is a medium altitude fighter, which means its best optimum range is from about 1200 to 1600 meters high, so it will perform less good at 2000 meters, specifically in climbing ability. And we had a spot going on at the start, but that spot has now disappeared whilst I am following Denken in the IL-2T, and who is weaving around a bit, out of boredom perhaps. And you can see Aircry and Spencer flying closely behind each other, 50 meters between the two at exactly the same speed. Very nice looking formation here. As the first spot is going out, the 410 of Niava is spotted on the right side, right flank, and we can see Lady Kurai. Nobody choosing to again, whilst in the meantime flying Kenzie and Zemchek of IG1 are also being spotted out. And as we are going to follow the Aircry here, who is still sticking to Spencer like glue. Okay, and the first engagement is going on. Spencer taking fire from Ahmed 009 and simply trying to lure him down. Ahmed doesn't follow, giving Spencer the opportunity to turn around and see what he can do. Niava quickly took out Aircry there with the big cannons of the Me-410, and Spencer taking revenge on that. So it's a 4v5 situation for Royal Guard, because remember that IL-2T is attacking ground targets 2 kilometers below all these people. So we see Sight engaging on Semchek and Spencer being fired upon. Spencer now engaging on Ahmed together with Kane, as Spencer chooses not to engage as Saiti takes out Zemchek. Saiti still has Ahmed on his tail with only 8 HP remaining himself. Ahmed been set on fire and being forced to disengage at 26%. See some very nice flying here between Spencer and Kane. Kane chooses, okay, Spencer, you're too close for me. I'm gonna see if I can help out, while in the meantime the LA-5 destroyed the IL-2T like in the first game, and Istikbal destroyed STS Saiti, who only had 8 hit points remaining. King will now be engaging on flying Kenzie and receiving a few shots himself from Ahmed 009, who's only at 21%, and getting taken out by Lady Kurai. Sweet kill there. And Kane now on the tail flying Kenzie. The 109F being slightly more maneuverable than the P-51A, Kane should be able to easily win this 1v1 situation that's going on as we speak. Whilst in the meantime, Istikbal is fighting with Spencer. Spencer is now leading up flying Kenzie to make him an easy kill for Kane, and he gladly takes advantage of that, taking flying Kenzie out. And luckily for Kane, he was going so slow that Istikbal overshot because of the insane speed he had. Now Istikbal also taking damage from Spencer, and as I told you before, the LA-5 is a medium altitude fighter, and there is no way that LA-5 will ever get to this altitude in the next 2 minutes, because it simply can't climb that well. In the meantime, whilst the battle has been going on, the IL-2T still racked up enough supremacy points to carry home a 2-0 victory in this engagement for DFA Royal Guard. DFA Royal Guard therefore proceeding into the next match, which we also will be covering. Their opponent will be Göklerdedir, Your Sister, or DFA The Good, The Bad, and The Pegasus. I will check if that match has ended yet. And we have no result on that match as of yet, by the looks of it. I will check on the forum if there has been a result reported, because it could be that my admin is eating dinner as we speak. No results being reported yet, so we'll have to wait for the match between Royal Guard and DFA Pegasus to be concluded. Once the winner of that match has been decided, that will play against DFA Royal Guard in the next match, which will be streamed. That will be in the loser round 7. After the match, we'll be bringing to you the semi-final in the winner bracket between Just for Fun and Göklerdedir, Your Cousins. That should be a very interesting match. The loser of that goes to the semi-final in the loser bracket, which will play against the winner of the match that's going to be streamed next. After those matches have been concluded, we have our third place team and we have our finalists, and I sincerely hope that will still happen tonight. I'll be playing some music for you guys until we know when the next match is going to happen, and put it in the chat as soon as that is known.